About it, Dave. It's a situation again where you would have to say it is a mismatch. You've got a big, rugged veteran in the Angel with Jimmy Hart in his corner going against a young fella who is on his way up. Pat Hutchinson. Okay, you do the official introduction.
It'll be a one-fall 15-minute time limit match. Introducing from the one-fall 15-minute time limit. The referee is Jerry Calhoun. Angel has his manager Jimmy Hart with him.
Okie doke. The jacket of the Angel comes off, and Hart peeling his way out of there down to the chair, and spell time. I think this particular match is one that Hart should be able to stay in his seat all of the way. We'll just have to see, because the Angel, huge weight advantage, vast experience over Pat. But hey, we were talking about it before the program began today, that how in the world do young guys ever get an opportunity? They all want a chance to go against the big guys. That's the way they get experience and get a reputation.
Sure. And referring back to the match with Koko Ware, a TV champion, in the tournament match in which he won that, he was one of the underdogs in the match.
Absolutely.
He put it together to get a win, so it does happen. But in this case, we are looking at the big Angel, who is a heavy, heavy favorite to win this one rather easily. And as a matter of fact, he might have been able to hold it for the pin there.
Yeah. Sit down, Jimmy. Knew he couldn't stay in there the entire thing. No reason to be up. He's over saying just a little light workout today. The Angel whips Hutchinson's in. Oh. Would you sit down, Jimmy? The big Angel, Portland, Oregon, puts the foot to the midsection. And he is just adding the punishment in there. Headbutt. I think he could have pinned him a minute and a half ago, probably, Dave.
Yeah, he had the shoulders down and then picked him up by the hair without ever actually pinning the shoulders. But it looked like he could have for the 3 count if he had wanted to at that moment.
Backdrop. Oh, boy, Pat hit right on his hip. There's a cover. There it is once again. Referee just told him in there that if he does it, he's going to stop the match if he has an opportunity, because he's telling the Angel that he cannot just continue to inflict unnecessary punishment, although he's doing a pretty good job of it. But you got to, on the other side, you got to give Hutchinson a chance at least, because we have seen guys that have been down and hurt and able to survive it and come back and win a match.
We're 2 minutes, 45 seconds into the action.
2:45 coming at that 3-minute mark into this one. It's a one-fall 15-minute match, and the Angel fires Hutchinson in, and there he goes with that big claw. He's got, I think, as most of you know, that glove, which he says is for support over a difficulty of a wrist that was broken some time ago. I am not sure I believe a single word of it, but anyhow, he's got it, and he is putting the claw on Pat Hutchinson. Referee Jerry Calhoun says that's enough. He's gonna stop it right then and there. The Angel continuing. Come on. Get him off of there. Pat Hutchinson out. He's got him the way he's grabbed with that thing. He grabs right at the temple, and the referee finally threatening him, gets him to back it up and move away. And the big Angel is certainly not a surprise winner, but is indeed a winner over a game young Pat Hutchinson, who I guess the only thing you can say has got some experience. And,
that's true.
What was the time?
Time on it was 3 minutes, 24 seconds.
3 minutes, 24 seconds. The Angel defeating Pat Hutchinson. We got more action coming up. We've got a main event tag team match. It'll be an expiration of time, and we should have plenty of time for the match in there. that'll have Big Guy Mitchell and Roger Kirby with his stiff neck and all going against Tommy Gilbert and Carl Fergie. All of that action coming up right after we take time out for intermission. Everybody, Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside. We're ready to do it again. Championship Wrestling. And, Davey, we got an opening match that I'm loving because it's a championship match.
The TV championship is on the line right here on Championship Wrestling today. Koko Ware will be defending his title. He'll be defending against beautiful Bobby Eaton in the TV championship match coming up in just a few minutes. Also, Pat Hutchinson in a single match against the big and tough Angel. And not only that, though, a tag team match coming up, expiration of time. Tommy Gilbert and Carl Fergie will be teamed against Big Guy Mitchell and Nature Boy Roger Kirby.
Oh, boy, that is a doggone good pairing right there with Gilbert and Fergie tied together to go against the AWA Southern Tag Champs. That will not be a championship match, but it will be an expiration of time match, and we're looking forward to all of that. As a matter of fact, the entire show looks like a dandy, packed with action. Let's get ready for that TV championship match when Koko Ware defends his title against beautiful Bobby Eaton. We'll be back in just a moment.
About ready to go here with the TV championship match. And Koko Ware standing in the ring, ready to defend that title.
We got Koko going against himself here.
It looks like he's on both sides of the ring, as a matter of fact.
Well, here comes the guy that'll be on the other side of the ring right now, the challenger for the TV championship title. Davey?
All right, that's beautiful Bobby Eaton stepping up on the ring apron right there. This will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match for the TV title. From Huntsville, Alabama, 227 pounds, the challenger with his manager, Jimmy Hart, Bobby Eaton. And going against him, the current TV champion, 221 pounds, from Union City, Tennessee, Koko Ware. One fall, 15-minute time limit, referee Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, Koko's got the jacket off, and he is ready. Eaton still walking around, threatening Koko. Hart's in the ring. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get a little order here. This is a special time limit, of course, because of a special title, a TV title only. And Bobby Eaton and Jimmy Hart, I don't know whether he was consoling him or what it was right there before the match. We're about ready for it. Bell time. Here we go.
Title on the line, Koko Ware. Well, he won this title in a tournament some weeks ago. A consultation between Bobby Eaton, manager Jimmy Hart. Eaton, rugged wrestler, former Mid-America champion. He's got Koko Ware backed into a corner. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to back him back away from the ropes in the corner. Koko Ware goes to the headlock. Puts him down on the mat. Eaton trying the hair pull. Referee trying to keep that stop. Eaton again going for the hair. Koko Ware maintaining the headlock on Bobby Eaton on the mat. Referee Jerry Calhoun checking the shoulders. Also trying to keep an eye on the Eaton's tendency to want to pull hair. Doing it again. Caught by the referee. Stop. Koko still got that hold on it. Koko winding it up a little bit. Little extra pressure. He's got a good hold. Eaton got him off balance. Fired him into the rope. Koko off the rope. Shoulder butt. Eaton goes down to the mat. Koko leaps over. He got drop kick. Koko. Wow. Look at him move. He puts Eaton down on the mat. Bars the left arm with all intentions of keeping him there. Boy, I love to see that drop kick when Koko gets a good one there. Yeah.
Koko was if I'm not mistaken, when he played football, Dave, was a nose guard. Can you imagine with that speed and as stocky as he is and as powerful as those legs? I bet he was a mean one to handle.
I bet he was, too.
Not the biggest guy in the world, but boy, I'll tell you, he is some block. Jimmy Hart giving a little advice right there, Davey, to his charge, beautiful Bobby.
Koko's got the face lock. Eaton claims he's being choked. Referee there checked it. And he says, up on the chin. That's all right.
Ooh, nice. What a reverse face lock to that side headlock, boy, just like that.
Never seen a conversion quite like that. Boy, he made a nice move on Bobby. Eaton gets Koko off his feet. Koko hangs on.
You know, I think winning that title, Dave, has given Koko that added confidence that is important in any kind of competition. It really seemed to bring him out, I think.
We've always been impressed with Koko's moves, but I think you're right. He's a different wrestler than he was several weeks ago. Confidence could very well be the factor. Eaton still, he wants to yank Koko's hair to break that hold up. Fortunately, the referee's right there. You can see him.
I think Bobby is so tired of having his head squeezed, he'd go for a gun right now if he could get one.
That's about it.
Anything.
Referee checking the shoulder. Eaton is able to keep the right shoulder up off the mat most of the time, but when both shoulders are down, the referee's starting to count.
Yeah, now Bobby got some body underneath.
Koko's still got a headlock. Headlocks a hold never gets you pinned, but it'll sure wear your opponent down because you've seen how Eaton has been struggling for the last 4 minutes to try to break out of the hold. Eaton rolls him down, goes for the rope. Koko reaches, flips him into the air. Koko waiting for him. Good poise there by Koko as he was anticipating Eaton and set himself, took him down to the mat, and converts him back to that face lock.
Something we've talked about before, Dave, ourselves, and it goes along with a reverse face, front face, or side headlock, is the fact that while it won't get you a pin, it also, with the pressure on the ears and the way your head feels and you get a little panicky in there, you will make some mistakes trying to get out of it, and once you're out of it and that sort of a thing. That's another thing that's good for it.
That's what Bobby Eaton's faced with right now. Koko into the rope. Oh, the knee by Bobby Eaton. Koko hits the mat. We're 5.5 minutes into the action. 5.5 minutes gone. And there's about 9.5 minutes in the time limit, special time limit for this TV championship match.
Forearm uppercut by Bobby Eaton. Not to be confused with a fist on that.
That was upper part of the arm, and that was all right. Referee right there saw it happen.
We talked a lot about Koko, but not to shortchange Eaton. This guy can go, too. No question about it. He's a young wrestler who's in a hurry, and he can plateau a very dangerous opponent.
He has Koko on the mat now. Jimmy Hart had something to say to the referee. Don't know what, but... Meanwhile, Koko trying to force his way back to his feet. Well, he gets the head scissors on Bobby. Eaton screaming he had his hair pulled. Hart saying referee's choking him. Referee right there checks it out and says, it's all right. Shoulders down, count of 2. Bobby Eaton, no trouble in bringing that right shoulder up to stop the count at 2. This is another one of those holds. If you're not careful, you can have those shoulders down, not really pinned, but just struggling to get out. If both shoulders hit the mat, the referee can count 3, and you're out of it.
Yes, sir. You better believe it. And with as much power as Koko has in those stocky legs of his, he can crack a coconut with them. He'll make you forget your shoulders at times. Bobby Eaton kicking away, trying to pop loose. He does.
Step forward. Koko. Himself again. Eaton went for the hair. I think the eyes, yeah. Goes back to the eyes.
Right.
Bobby Eaton, that was a fist. Right fist again as he caught Koko. Koko into the rope. Eaton, boy, dropped him on that mat hard.
Big one. In case you just joined us, the TV title defense by Koko Ware against challenger Bobby Eaton.
Koko with the upper hand for the first 5 minutes. We are now 8 minutes, 15 seconds into the match. 8:15 gone. Bobby Eaton has pretty much had things going his way for the last couple of minutes. Goes to the eyes again. Upper arm. Koko Ware on the mat. Championship Wrestling TV title on the line. Koko. He goes high in the air again as Eaton flips him off the rope. Eaton thinks he's got it won now. Ooh, with that right fist again. Fired it.
How do you get up when somebody's banging you with a right hand like that?
There's another one. Koko. And a battle back. Eaton puts him into the rope. Koko puts it down. 1, 2, 3. Jimmy Hart got in there just at the count of 3 by the referee. Hart was trying to stop it before the referee counted 3, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. As far as the official result goes, Hart and Eaton both working on Koko Ware. Hart broke the gate over his head. Tommy Gilbert, Carl Fergie in here to clean him out of the ring. There go Hart and Eaton. And Bobby Hart's challenge for the TV title. Unsuccessful. Koko Ware retains that title. And I'm not sure, did the referee get to the 3 count or just 2? Whatever, the match was stopped when Jimmy Hart jumped in there.
Yeah.
And but I really think he got the 3 count down. We'll have to get a ruling.
Right.
But at any
Koko
rate,
is the winner, obviously.
he retains the championship.
So, and what was the official time on it?
9 minutes, 36 seconds.
9 minutes, 36 seconds. Proud of Koko and a great defense here against a really tough opponent, Eaton. And sore head type, you saw what happened when Eaton sensed whether he ever got to 3 or not. And Hart obviously sensed that that was all she wrote in the challenge match in there. And so, the official winner and still the TV champion, Koko Ware. We got more action coming up, and we're going to get back to it in just a moment. Continuing, come on. Get him off of there. Pat Hutchinson out. He's got him the way he's grabbed with that thing. He grabs right at the temple. And the referee finally threatening him, gets him to back it up and move away. And the big angel is certainly not a surprise winner, but is indeed a winner over game young Pat Hutchinson, who I guess the only thing you can say has got some experience. And,
That's true.
What was the time?
Time on it was 3 minutes, 24 seconds.
3 minutes, 24 seconds. The Angel defeating Pat Hutchinson. We got more action coming up. We've got a main event tag team match. It'll be an expiration of time, and we should have plenty of time for the match in there. That'll have Big Guy Mitchell and Roger Kirby with his stiff neck and all going against Tommy Gilbert and Carl Fergie. All of that action coming up right after we take time out for intermission. Back to Channel 18's Championship Wrestling action coming up here in just a moment. Hey, got a couple of things I want to tell you about. One, Thursday, January the 1st, kicking right off, 1981, right in Ashland, Kentucky at the National Guard Armory. We'll have more on that a little bit later. And January the 8th, back in Rupp Arena, and we hope by that time you'll have had yourself an amazing Christmas and New Year's and be out there to see this first time we're breaking the news. One match has been signed. Listen to this. The King, Jerry Lawler, against Hart's Dream Machine. We'll have more about that later on. Right now, I want to talk about Junction City coming up next Saturday night. By golly, I'll tell you what, at the Junction City Elementary School, the lid's going to be coming off. Rick Morton against Danny Davis, Sonny King against Gypsy Joe, Koko Ware against Jimmy Kent, then a big six-man with King, Morton, and Ware against Gypsy Joe, Danny Davis, and Jimmy Kent. Listen to the finale. Tojo Yamamoto, the Big Angel, going against the Superstar and Wildfire. Well, and you got a shot at a couple of guys who've got quite a reputation, Yamamoto and the Angel.
No, Lance, I've never been to Junction City, but the Superstar and myself, we've got back together, and we've already made a New Year's resolution. We're going to give the people something to be proud of, something to get behind. You know, this is 1980. This is America, Lance. And right now, you know, the way everything is, you need something to grasp onto and something to get behind. And the Superstar and myself, we feel like we've kind of been letting the people down. But when we come to Junction City, you know, I'm not taking nothing away from the Angel or Tojo, neither one, because they're both rough and tough. And I've had a run-in with both of them.
Yes.
But when we get through, we're going to have our hand raised and give the people something to holler about.
Golly, that'd be a marvelous way to start off that 1981, Bill.
That's right, Lance. Well, you know, this time there's an awful lot of pretty girls up there in Junction City. I just hope they come to see Tommy Rich and Superstar.
We'll be looking for it. That's going to be next Saturday night. And you better believe that it's going to be some kind of action. Let's get back now to Championship Wrestling.
We have a tag team match coming up here. It'll go to the expiration of time. Team with the most falls to their credit when the time runs out will be the winners of the match. And introducing, at a total of 524 pounds on the left of your screen, from Canada, Big Guy Mitchell. From Hollywood, California, Nature Boy Roger Kirby, their manager Jimmy Hart. Going against them, total weight 452 pounds. On the right, from Lexington, Tennessee, Tommy Gilbert. And from Atlanta, Georgia, Carl Fergie. This match to the expiration of time. The referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, Carl and Guy have got those AWA belts on. This is not, however, a title match. I can't fault them for wearing the belts. If I were a champion, I'd wear my belt too. But
let everybody see them.
Hey, I wish I even had any kind of belt on today. I think I forgot mine. Come to think of it. Okay, we're about ready to do it right now as the belts are over here.
People get hurt now, Russell.
Oh, sit down, Jimmy. Good night. This guy can be persistent. Fill time. Here we go.
Big Guy Mitchell starting his team against Tommy Gilbert. Mitchell out of Canada. Gilbert backs him on the ropes. Tommy fires that forearm in there. Well, this Mitchell by himself weighs about 287 pounds. He is huge. Tommy Gilbert ducked under the fist. Off the rope, with the shoulder, put Mitchell on the mat, goes immediately for a headlock. Over to the corner, tags his partner, and here is Carl Fergie. Fergie gets the tag again on Tommy Gilbert. Gilbert back to the tag. Quick tags by Gilbert and Carl Fergie. Boy, if they can keep that up, and if they can keep Guy Mitchell away from the tag on his partner, Nature Boy Roger Kirby over here, they will have accomplished something. In fact, Fergie took Guy Mitchell back. Tommy Gilbert with a headlock, but Guy Mitchell slowly moving him back toward his corner, closer to the tag on Roger Kirby. There's Kirby. Kirby leads into the ring, takes the tag through the rope, and the referee does not allow the tag. The tag, he says, has to be over the top rope. Oh, Gilbert jumps out of the way, and there's not going to be a tag immediately because Mitchell unloaded on Roger Kirby. Jimmy Hart around attending to him, while in the ring, Tommy Gilbert still has big Guy Mitchell tied up in a headlock. There's Kirby climbing back up onto the ring apron. Mitchell over. There's the tag. Tag made. Referee sends Mitchell out. Roger Kirby in here. Gilbert kicks Kirby back in the corner, but I think Tommy may have done something to his knee. Kirby goes to work on it. Roger Kirby going for the weakness. He saw Tommy limping back into a neutral corner. And he and this guy Mitchell both in there working on Tommy. Kirby working on the left knee. Kirby back outside now. Guy Mitchell goes to work on Gilbert's knee. Gilbert backs into a corner, and Guy Mitchell going after the left knee still. We're 4 minutes into the action. 4 minutes gone in this first ball of an expiration of time match. Tommy Gilbert made it to the corner. Here is Carl Fergie. Fergie having to take on both of them. Mitchell being escorted back to his corner by the referee, and Fergie fires Roger Kirby across the ring into the turnbuckle. There's the cover. Count of one is all Carl can make stick on Roger Kirby. Mitchell jumps in uninvited. He blasted Carl. Tommy Gilbert jumps in here to keep Roger Kirby from taking advantage of the situation. Fergie goes back to the corner. Tommy Gilbert stays in here. Kirby off the rope. Gilbert wisely to the corner. Cover by Fergie and a count of two, but Guy Mitchell is able to break it up at the 2 count. Small package by Fergie, count of 2 on Roger Kirby. And again, that's all he can get before Guy Mitchell breaks it up. 5.5 minutes gone in the first ball. Rugged action. Guy Mitchell with a flip on Carl Fergie. He's got him on the mat now, working the face lock. Looks like he's flipping a little choke around, too. That's the pressure point hold he's got now. Referee checked it out. Fergie slammed into the turnbuckle by big guy Mitchell. Fergie blasted by Roger Kirby. Mitchell flips it back out center of the ring. And again, Mitchell working the pressure point on the left side.
You know, Dave, to give the devil his due, well, of course, he's got his foot on the rope. That is what I was referring to. But Mitchell, without the aid of the rope, probably applies that pressure hold on the side of the neck as well as anybody I've seen. He is so big, and you notice how he tucks the guys up under where he can lean down on top of that arm.
Using that body weight with a little extra leverage. 7 minutes gone. 7 minutes have expired in this first fall.
Come on, Jerry, get him back.
A virtual free-for-all in here right now. Kirby, Guy Mitchell, with his feet planted on Carl Fergie. Kirby choking him. Now Mitchell from out on the floor pulls Carl under the bottom rope. Tommy Gilbert starts over there to try to help Fergie out. Referee trying to get him back out on the apron. Carl headed for the tag, but couldn't quite make it as Roger Kirby intercepted him.
Stunner by Fergie, but Mitchell got him from behind. Here comes Kirby.
Now Mitchell steps in. Eight minutes gone. We have had action all the way in this first ball, let me tell you. Fergie, slammed into the turnbuckle. Hit hard, bounces out of there. Guy Mitchell picks him up. Roger Kirby. Double slam into the turnbuckle. Tommy Gilbert had watched all of that. He could stand. He jumped right in there. Goes after Kirby. Guy Mitchell picking up Carl Fergie. He's calling for Roger. Roger is, meanwhile, over there working on Tommy Gilbert. Oh, the King jumps into the ring. Jerry Lawler. And Fergie's got a cover on Roger Kirby. The referee starts the count. 3, Fergie. 9 minutes, 1 second. Carl Fergie, Tommy Gilbert get a win in the first fall as Lawler was in there to help out. But the referee was tied up over in the corner. He did not see Lawler in there, or he would have stopped that match immediately.
Boy, look at Hart scream. He's hollering at the referee about Lawler. Can you imagine? Here's a guy that's jumped into the ring, uninvited, not supposed to be there, 1,000 times, snuck in, snuck out. He's going to break down and cry to referee Jerry. Calhoun's trying to ignore him. He keeps trying to walk away from him, and Hart just blistering him over there because a little turnabout being fair play in there, my friend. What the referee saw was, of course, Tommy Gilbert's knee had been messed up in the match earlier in there. Kirby took him over there and had him hooked in where all the weight was on that knee, and the referee was trying to help him get out of it. Hey, they could see what happened. I'm sorry about that, Jim. I'm not the referee. Bye-bye. Jimmy Hart still moaning and screaming. Mitchell helping Kirby out in there. Kirby with his neck hurt and his back hurt, and I kind of like this. I'm going to take time out, and we'll be back in a minute with more wrestling action. Listen, all you got to do is let the referee handle the situation. That's all I can say, Jimmy. Gee, somehow I'm not quite as touched as I ought to be about that injustice in there. I'm kind of glad to see the King come flying in there. Bell time. Here we go. Guy Mitchell sneaking into the ring. against Carl Fergie. Now, obviously, when I say sneaking, you know and I know that it's the winner of a fall against the loser of a fall to start the next one. And Fergie's going to start him all right. He really fired him over the top rope. Carl Fergie goes astride. Roger Kirby chin locks him. Mitchell trying to break him off of there. Tommy Gilbert in to help out to get Mitchell out. It's back to 2-on-2, and Jerry Calhoun is happy about that. Hart is out of his chair. Fergie working on the neck of Roger Kirby. Nature Boy having himself abused by Carl Fergie. Tommy Gilbert keeping an eye on Guy Mitchell. And there's a tag. Carl Fergie. Tommy Mitchell. Tommy in, taking over where Carl left off. Front face lock from Gilbert. That also puts a lot of pressure on that neck. Tommy drops with the upper arm, banging down right on the side of the neck of Roger Kirby. And Kirby, a quick snap suplex. Fergie comes in. He wraps Roger Kirby. Carl takes the tag from Tommy, slams him in. And again, Fergie applying some pressure on Kirby right at the neck. Shin locks him and pulls up tight, leaning in on him. Jimmy Hart saying something to Guy Mitchell. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get Hart back in his chair again. Hart gets into an argument. And as Mitchell started in, Gilbert came in. Yeah, that was one of those diversionary things by Jimmy Hart. And now a sprint. Look at him. Got a hangman started. Didn't quite get him up off the ground. Mitchell comes in, Gilbert comes in. Tommy's still limping, with that knee having been hurt in the first fall. Couple of counts, but no pin. One fall to the credit of Fergie and Gilbert. They're one fall up. Non-title match. Mitchell and Kirby, the AWA tag champions. They do not have those regional belts on the line today. There's a tag, and it's legal. Boy, there's that big Guy Mitchell. He leaned halfway out to the middle of the ring to be able to tag. Forcing pressure on Gilbert's jawbone. Mitchell with a bar on the arm and really bending him back. Referee telling Kirby, who was roughed up pretty good at the end of the first fall and in the second fall to start out. The referee told him, if you don't get back up on the ring apron, it's going to be a loss of the fall. He gave him plenty of time to do it. And now Kirby, with the help of Hart, is back up there as Guy Mitchell. Pounds away on Tommy Gilbert's arm, and now solid bar. Tag on Kirby. And Tommy trying to battle out of it, but from behind, the legal man, Nature Boy, double hands him down on that shoulder that Mitchell had been working on. Kirby takes over with a bar. Jimmy Hart. Ringside, up and out of the chair. The referee says sit down, and he's back in it. Now, You can see Gilbert under pressure from Kirby. Tommy fires him, gets away. But Mitchell right in there takes the tag and cuts him off as he was heading for Fergie.
We've passed 5 minutes in the second fall. First fall went 9:01. 5 minutes gone in this one.
5 minutes passed in the second fall of action. It's an expiration of time match. Fergie and Gilbert in the envious position of being one fall up, so if they can carry it to the expiration of time, they've still got a pretty good amount of time to go, though. They could win it with that first fall victory. Guy Mitchell. Pressuring Tommy Gilbert. Well, there's the obvious drawback. When you're as big as Mitchell, you're not as mobile as a smaller wrestler might be. There are plenty of advantages. And let me tell you, this guy can hurt you with holds that the average wrestler might cause a little pain, but boy, this guy can just put you out of it. Kirby stomping away. The referee tells him to let go of the rope. He was using the flat of the foot as Mitchell is. Can you imagine 285 pounds or so pounding down on you like that? Kirby was also using the rope, and now Guy Mitchell back in. Fergie a long way away from his partner. Tommy trying to get away. The big guy down. Gilbert back into the rope. And caught in the midsection by Mitchell. Pulled back down. Tommy Gilbert unable to get over to Carl Fergie. Tommy sustaining that knee injury in the first ball. He's taken some severe punishment now. There's a cover by Kirby, but nope. Tommy, as usual, fighting back. He slams Kirby, then Mitchell. But Kirby gets him from behind and puts his hand out to tag to Mitchell. And here comes the big guy. Fergie's in there to try to even things up. The referee trying to get him out, trying to get Kirby out. Whip on Mitchell. He catches Gilbert. This could be it. Truthfully, it is. Double team pin. Roger Kirby and Guy Mitchell take away that advantage that Fergie and Gilbert had by winning the... And they even it up with one fall apiece.
7 minutes, 51 seconds.
7:51. It's one fall apiece. Carl Fergie talking to Tommy and saying, hey, we got some more action time coming up. We can still win another one. We'll be having that final fall, or how many ever we have time for. We'll check our time while we take time out. Watch this. Alrighty, in just a moment, we'll be back in the ring here on Channel 18's Championship Wrestling. Did you miss the announcement a moment ago? January the 1st, listen, Ashland, Kentucky. National Guard Armory Championship Wrestling comes that way. And then on January the 8th, Rupp Arena, going to be really ringing out. We announced one match that has already been signed by the promoters of Championship Wrestling. Jerry the King Lawler faces Hart's Dream Machine January the 8th. And we'll get to more about that a little bit later on as the weeks go by in here. Junction City next Saturday night, right there in the Junction City Elementary School. The action's going to take place with Morton against Davis, King against Gypsy Joe, Ware against Kent. A six-man with King, Morton, and Ware against Gypsy Joe, Danny Davis, and Jimmy Kent, to be followed by one explosive tag match. When Bill Superstar Dundee and Tommy Wildfire Rich face the Big Angel and Tojo Yamamoto. Well, you got some competition coming up.
I feel so dead-gum good, Lance Russell. I am so happy. Can you imagine this? My Dream Machine against Lawler and Lexington, and now, look at this. The Mighty Angel teaming with Tojo Yamamoto. What a team, what a team. But look at this man, look at this. 6'1", 256 pounds. Look at this. Tommy Rich, let me tell you something, brother. If you see him, I want you to give him a little advice for me. We still have a contract together, baby. He thought he walked out on old Jimmy Hart, but he didn't walk out on Jimmy Hart because that paper is good as gold. So before long, just think, the first year he better start sending me my money statements, baby. That's all I got to say. Angel's going to take care of him for Daddy. Right,
Yep.
baby?
Well, he may take some of that anger out on the Angel in there. Tojo Yamamoto, your partner, the Angel.
I have number one good man, the number one good Angel. And Tommy Rich, he said he make good reservation. He going to beat me and the Angel. But I tell you what, Tommy Rich, we're going to beat you and the Superstar.
Okay. You see it, the 27th. We are back. Championship wrestling action. Lance Russell and Dave Brown at ringside as we've got a doggone good in this one, Dave. We could see it right on the front end of it.
Yes.
An expiration of time match. It is now 1 fall apiece. Roger Kirby, his neck tilted at one side. They have really been working on it in there, and he came in with a sore neck. Oh, Gilbert nailed it.
Jimmy Hart had been working on Roger Kirby's neck, especially in the second fall. He was having problems with it, and they were working on it outside the ring right there, and I think maybe Tommy Gilbert remembers how Kirby took advantage of his knee in the first fall.
Exactly.
And boy, he went right for that neck, Roger Kirby. Guy Mitchell coming back in. He's the one that has to start because he's the one that made the pin in the second fall. Wait a minute now. Referee says, hold on just a second.
Guy Mitchell picked his chair up and fogged it in the ring at Tommy Gilbert. And it's now being returned to Hart. That's what happened to the chair.
He's waiting for Hart to sit down, yeah. Tommy Gilbert. Yeah, he's still got plenty of confidence. It's all even up, 1 fall apiece. He goes after Guy Mitchell. Mitchell tied up in the rope. And Tommy, well, he's got that right fist double. He wants to hit him so bad, and he just had to do it. You could see it in his eyes. Just had to happen. He flips Kirby into the ring from the corner. Carl Fergie holding Guy Mitchell back on the rope. Gilbert slams them together. Covers Roger Kirby. Got a 1 count. Mitchell still tied up in the rope. Carl Fergie blasting him. Jimmy Hart successful in helping him get untangled. Kirby rolled out onto the apron. And Gilbert helps him out of the ring down here on the floor. Guy Mitchell. 3 minutes left, and time will expire. 1 fall apiece. Well, the way the action has gone, the first 16, almost 17 minutes in the first 2 falls. Stand by. I think it was Yogi Berra said it ain't over till it's over. Hang on.
And boy, this one's not over, that's for a fact.
Carl Fergie working on Guy Mitchell's left arm. Rotating that shoulder. Drops with his body weight. Roger Kirby jumps in to slug him. And Gilbert. Boy, Gilbert's after Kirby. Has been this entire fall. Fergie with Guy Mitchell down on the mat. Kirby roaring back.
Dave.
2 minutes left in the time limit. Nearing our time expiration. Look out. Oh, right into a cane held in there by Jimmy Hart. Walking stick. They do it again. Right into the midsection. Jimmy Hart. Oh, Fergie out of the ring. He grabs Hart. Here comes the Dream Machine. Look out. Stop. Referee Jerry Calhoun has just stopped it. This match has been stopped by the referee. The Dream Machine came running in here. He never really got in the ring. Look out. Here comes Lawler with a bat. Taylor jumps in with the bat, and everybody starts running for home. You know, he cleaned that place out in a hurry. Look out, Guy Mitchell coming back with a big 40, 50-gallon garbage can. Waller. Pretty well in control with the baseball bat. Hart, Kirby, Dream Machine, Guy Mitchell, all standing over in the corner challenging. Gary steps up into the ring. Gary's inviting him in, but I notice he's not putting down the bat.
Oh, he's got the bat in there.
Yes, sir.
That's what we call a handicap match. Waller swishing one over at Mitchell. What was that I said about him not moving fast? He sure moved fast
out of the way there.
We got our time out. We got to take a break. Back for a final word in a minute. We had more time for it. We don't. We're out of time. So for Dave Brown, this is Lance Russell. Until next week on Championship Wrestling. Bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.